Hi everyone, my name's Vicky and this is going to be a short yoga practice all about balance. So this is balance in the breath, balance in the body and balance in the mind as well. You shouldn't need any props for this, but if you know that your balance is a little bit off, it's always handy having something nearby that you could hold on to, so maybe a wall or a block, or if you've got a book or a toilet roll is a good thing to have as well. Then you can go ahead and grab this. It might just help you balance if you need it. Otherwise, find yourself in a comfortable seated position to begin with, and we'll practice just a short pranayama breathing technique. If you wish to continue with this, then of course you can pause the video and carry on. As we've only got a short time, we'll just do a few rounds of this. So it's called Nadi Shodhana, this breathing technique, and it just helps to balance the left and the right side of the brain. I'm not really sure who came up with this female male energy and different sides of the brain being feminine and masculine. They just represent different properties, okay? So the right side of the brain is supposedly the female side, which means we'd be breathing through the left nostril because they cross over. And the left side of the brain is the masculine energy side, so breathing through the right nostril is going to help balance that. So for Nadi Shodhana, we'll take our right hand, and with your right hand, you're going to place your index finger and your middle finger between your eyebrows. Your thumb is going to rest on top of your right nostril, and then your ring finger and your pinky finger are just going to rest on top of your left nostril. Okay, so you will look like this. And don't close the nostrils yet. We'll just take a couple of breaths through both nostrils before we then focus on alternating the nostrils that we breathe in and out from. So the left hand can just rest comfortably onto the knee. Close your eyes here, sit nice and tall. Relax the shoulders. And breathing in and out through both nostrils. The thumb is just resting over the right nostril. The ring finger and the little finger are just resting on top of the left. And then we'll just begin our Nadi Shodhana, which means that we will be closing the left nostril and inhaling through the right to begin with. And then at the top of the inhale, you will then close that right nostril, open the left, and breathe out through the left nostril. And then what we'll do is we'll continue this breath, so you'll breathe in through the left, close the left, and then out through the right as we repeat. So when you're ready on your next inhale, whenever that is, close the left nostril, inhale through the right, close right nostril, open left, exhale. Inhale left nostril, close the nostril, open the right and exhale. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale left, exhale right. A couple more times like this. Inhale right, exhale left, inhale left, exhale right. Last one here in your own time. Inhale right, exhale left, inhale left, exhale right. Release that right hand down to the knees, keeping the eyes closed. Breathing in and out through both nostrils. And then bring the hands over the eyes. Gently blink the eyes open. And then bring the hands down so we can start moving. So make your way into all fours. We're going to start balancing straight away. So stack the knees under the hips. Hands under the shoulders, but straight away we're going to cross the arms over. So right hand comes across to the left side, left arm, bring it over here. And then squeeze the arms together. You can bend the elbows a little if you need to. We'll take a cat-cow here. So inhale, rise through the chest. Exhale and round. 2 more. Inhale, come forwards. Exhale and round. 1 more. And as you do this, really grip through the fingers as if you're doing a down dog. And then return back to neutral here. Keep the arms where they are and keep reaching the back of the heart to the sky. You can tuck the left toes or push down through the top of the left foot. Draw the belly in. Here comes a sneaky balance. We're going to send the right leg back. You can point or flex the toes, it doesn't matter. Try not to let the hip lift. Take a breath in here and then exhale, bend the knee, round through the spine. Imagine you're going to kiss that knee. 2 more. Inhale, send it away. Exhale, draw it under. Inhale, send it away. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, send it away. And then drop the knee to the floor and then uncross the arms. We're then going to take it the other way. So left hand comes to the right side of the mat. Right hand comes across. Again, squeeze the arms together. You can have a soft bend in the elbows as long as you are pushing the back of the heart towards the sky here. 3 cat-cows. You know what to do here. So just remember to really grip through the floor with your fingertips as if you were doing a down dog. Just starting to warm the body up here, warm the shoulders up. 1 more cat-cow here. And then return to neutral. Again, a little bit of sneaky balance. And remember, if you fall out of any of the balance postures today, smile, take a big breath in, try again. Okay, the more frustrated you get, the less of the chance you are to be able to get into the pose. So push the top of the right foot down or tuck your toes. We're going to inhale, send the left leg away, push the back of the heart up. Exhale, draw it in towards the nose. 2 more. Inhale, send it away. Exhale, draw it in. 1 more here. We're waking up the core, which is really useful in stabilizing us in our balancing postures. Send the left leg away. Drop the knee to the floor, uncross the arms, take it back for a brief child's pose. We can keep the knees together or apart, turn the hands to the sky, drop the head down towards the floor here. Give the wrists a little break there. If you've been holding onto the mat like you're doing a down dog, the fingers in the hands have certainly warmed up. 1 more breath here. And then exhale, palms come down to the floor, lift back up to your all fours and step your right leg forwards here into a low lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead here, glue the inner thighs together, push the top of the back foot down, grab a hold of your left wrist, reach to the sky, and then take your bend over towards the right and try not to dip your heart towards the floor. Keep your heart facing forwards and slightly up here. And then move through center, reach up, maybe look up, hands to the floor, and then step back to downward facing dog. You can start to move in your downward facing dog if that feels nice to you. Don't worry about the heels coming to the floor, it's not the end game. We want to lengthen this spine up towards the sky. 1 more breath in here. And then drop down towards the knees. The left foot steps forwards here, top of the right foot pushes down. Inhale, get tall, reach up to the sky here. And then your left hand takes a hold of the right wrist, reach up and bend over towards the left. Again, keep pushing the right hip forwards here. Keep imagining you're drawing your left heel back towards your body here. 1 more big breath in. And then reach both arms up, maybe look up. Hands to the floor, step back, downward facing dog once again. And again, if you need to take any little sways, any movement here, then please do. We're going to look between the hands, bend the knees slightly and tippy toe up to the top. Now do this slower than you want to. Stack the shoulders over the wrists. And again, imagine you're doing down dog with your hands. So try not to lift the hands up. Bend the knees and bring the pressure and the weight into the hands here. Inhale, halfway lift, lift up and lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees if you need to and fold down towards the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms out wide, ground down through the feet, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands down, heart center, perfect. Make sure you're standing somewhere near the top of the mat here. We'll take a couple of rounds of some salutations with some added extras. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, through center, come down towards the floor. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, hands to the shins or to the floor. And then bend the knees, plant the hands, step back to your plank pose. Take a big breath here, lift the back of the neck to the sky, and then we'll drop the knees to the floor, hug the elbows in and lower all the way down here. Untuck the toes, stay here before you lift into your cobra. Roll the shoulders back here, hover the hands away from the floor, push the tops of the feet down, lift the chest, hovering cobra. So now you're having to use your core and your back muscles, which is also part of your core, to lift yourself up. Draw the heel of the hands back, elbows draw in here, just look slightly forwards. And then release everything to the floor, tuck the toes, draw the belly in, lift to all fours, back to downward facing dog. In down dog, we'll inhale, reach the right leg to the sky, bend the knee, send the heel towards the left, so you're opening the hips up here. Press down through both hands equally, maybe start to look up and underneath your right armpit. Keep pushing the heel back behind you, opening through the hips, and then lower that foot to the floor, back to down dog. We'll take it on the other side, so inhale, reach the left leg to the sky. Again, bend the knee and open the hip up, pushing the heel behind you. Both hands press equally here. Maybe look underneath your left armpit. One more breath here. And then foot to the floor. Look between your hands, step your right foot to the top and then the left. Inhale, your halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, arms come out wide, really ground down through the feet every time you rise here, and bring the hands down, heart center. Straight away, inhale, reach the arms up, push every toe into the floor. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift here. Exhale, hands to the floor, back to your plank pose once again. Take an inhale in plank. And then we're going to come all the way to the floor once again, so you can drop the knees down or make your way through Chaturanga all the way to the floor. Untuck the toes here. Reach the hands back next to you. Palms face down, tuck your chin. We're going to lift everything up here. If you need to widen the feet for your lower back, then please do. Roll the shoulders back, reach the fingers to the heels, point your toes or floint them, lift the chest, lift the feet, squeeze your pinky fingers towards your body. So you'll almost imagine there's a pencil between your shoulder blades. Squeeze it in, lift with the feet here. Keep drawing that belly in and up. One more breath. And then release to the floor, bring the hands next to the ribs. Tuck the toes. Keep the knees on the floor or lifted. Push through your plank or all fours back to downward facing dog. From here, we're going to inhale the left leg to the sky. So left leg lifts to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip once again. Now, ground down through both hands for a moment. Push this left foot back behind you. We're going to take it into an almost wild thing. So we are not going to flip. We're going to try and balance ourselves there. So draw the belly in, pop up onto your left fingertips. So your left hand is into a little tented position. Maybe you can lift a couple of fingers up, so now you're maybe on one finger. Maybe you can lift the hand away from the floor for a split second, try not to flip into your wild thing, and then bring the hand down, return to downward facing dog. Well done, good job. We're going to take it the other side, so inhale, right leg lifts, bend the knee, open up to the side. Now just take a moment, there is no rush. If we're trying to balance, rushing isn't going to help us. So a smooth inhale, exhale. Slowly pop up onto your right fingertips here. Maybe lift a couple more fingers. Maybe look towards the front of the mat if that helps. You can then lift the right hand away from the floor. Keep almost imagining you're turning your heart towards the right side of your mat. Try not to flip into wild thing if you know it. Bring the right hand down, left foot to the floor, and release the chest back towards the thighs. We're then going to look between the hands, step the left foot to the top of the mat and then the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. From here, we're coming into Catastana chair pose. Inhale, sit the bottom down, reach the arms forwards or up here. Lengthen the tailbone down towards the floor. Push down through your toes and your heels, okay? So we want the majority of the weight to be in the heels, but you can still ground down through the toes, okay? You should be able to see at least the first 3 toes over the top of your knees here. Arms are super strong. Take a big breath in. We're going to make our way to the floor. You're welcome to use hands if you need to. We're going to keep lowering, lowering, lowering. Or you can use a hand if you need to. Keep going until you're sitting into the squat position. Roll back and end up into a half boat pose. Lovely. Take an inhale, lift through the chest here. So it's the core that helps us to balance, okay? As well as obviously the feet, the eyes, many other things. But switching on the core muscles will certainly help us to find our balance. Keep lifting up here, take a big inhale. Exhale, right toes to the floor. Lift them back up. Left toes to the floor. Inhale, back up. And then just keep switching the toes. And each time they raise back up, try and keep the toes in line with the knees here. We'll go for 2 more here. Are you still drawing the belly in and up? Are you still breathing? Last one here. Cross the ankles and give yourself a nice big hug here. Well done. See if you can find that rhythm in the breath. Can you equalize the inhale and exhale? One more breath in here. And then we'll lift the head up. We're going to bring the hands to the floor. Step back into your plank pose once again. Nice big breath in here. If you know Chaturanga up dog, then you can take this, but Chaturanga is a separate pose. It's not a little wave, okay? So, otherwise, join me by bringing the knees to the floor, belly in, lower all the way down, keeping those elbows snug. Untuck the toes, push them down, roll the shoulders back. The chest only lifts so much that you're not bringing the shoulders to the ears, okay? Come down. No one cares if the cobra is really high or not, only you. Take a big inhale here, and then release to the floor. Tuck the toes, your choice, knees down or knees up. Push back to plank, and back. Downward facing dog once again. Okay, here comes another little balance in our downward facing dog. We are going to lift the right leg to the sky. So lift that right leg up. Try not to lift it too high, otherwise you might find it's even harder to balance. Then you're going to pop up onto your left fingertips again, so you're tenting through the left fingertips. Maybe you can lift a couple more of those fingers. Maybe you can sweep that left hand back behind you here, so you're only balancing on your left foot and your right hand. Take another inhale here, and then place the hand down, place the foot down, reset. Well done. If you fell out, I hope you smiled before you tried to get back in. We're going to try again on the other side. So left leg will lift up here. Try not to reach the foot too high. We're going to keep the left hand grounded, tent the right fingertips here, and then slowly start to lift the fingers, maybe sweeping the right hand back behind you. But it needs to be active because that will help again with the balance, that muscle activation. One more big breath in here, and then hand comes down, foot comes down. Look between the hands. We're going to make our way to the top of the mat by walking again. So mindfully press every toe into the floor. Press the fingertips into the floor as you walk towards the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift fingertips to the floor of the shins. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out wide, reach the chest up here, maybe look towards the thumbs, hands down, heart center, wonderful. So from here we're going to come into a warrior 3 position, Virabhadrasana 3, and then make our way possibly into half moon or Ardha Chandrasana. So you might want to block if you're a bit worried about the balance. I suggest standing somewhere towards the middle or the top of the mat. I'm going to firm down into the ground with my left toe. So remember, the toes are really going to help us to ground. Slight bend in the left knee. Reach the arms out wide to begin. Kick your right heel back as you send it back behind you. And be mindful that this right hip doesn't open up. You want to keep the right hip point facing towards the floor. Squeeze an imaginary piece of paper between your thighs. Reach the chest and the heart down towards the floor, but keep the belly drawing in and up. Take another breath in here. And then maybe if you're feeling okay, or maybe if you have a block down in front of you, or not, left hand starts to move down. Start to open the right hip to the sky. Your toes will point towards the long edge of your mat. Reach the right arm up to the sky or keep it onto the right hip. The hand can come to the floor or to a block. We're going to stay here in our Ardha Chandrasana, balancing. So how can we help ourselves balance in a pose like this? We can fire up the legs. We can fire up that top hand. If you're in Warrior 3, please try and hold. Keep breathing. Focus your drishti, your gaze, on something that's not moving. We are all going to come through a Warrior 3, so tilt yourself back to Warrior 3. Hands down, well done. Drop the foot down, send the left leg back. Downward facing dog, just readjust if you need to here. Well done, good job. We're then going to make our way to the top of the mat. Your choice, you can take that tippy toe option. You can step one foot to the top of the mat at a time, or you can jump to the top of the mat, whatever you wish. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out wide again. Push the toes into the floor, fire up the legs, draw the belly in and up. Maybe look up, hands down, heart center. So you know we have the other side to do. So, spread the right toes, push them into the floor. The more mindful you are of what you're standing on, the easier it will be to balance. Little bend in that right leg, arms out wide, and they're not just floating, they are active arms here. Belly draws in and up. Start to lift your left leg, kick the heel back behind you here as you start to tilt your chest down towards the floor. And again, be mindful of your left hip that it's not lifting up. Keep that left hip point pointing down and squeeze an imaginary piece of paper between your inner thighs. Belly draws in and up. Try not to tuck the chin, the back of the neck is nice and long here. Take another big breath in and either stay here or we're going to move into our Ardha Chandrasana. I can't say that today. Half moon. And then bring the hand to the floor, to the block or to the hover. Your left hip will start to open up towards the sky, stacking shoulders on top of one another. Kick through that left heel here. Lengthen both sides of the waist, turn your heart towards the long edge of the mat. Take another big breath in here. We're still going to move through Warrior 3. Well done if you're still holding Warrior 3. So slowly, with control, tilt yourself back out into your Warrior 3. Hold for a second. Hands to the floor. Step that left leg back. Right leg back. Downward facing dog. Well done. From here, we're going to drop the knees to the floor. You can separate them or keep them together. Come back into a child's pose here. Head comes down towards the floor and close the eyes. Space between the eyebrows, the third eye is relaxing down towards the ground. So we've just practiced these very light, balancing poses. Now we're just trying to bring a little bit more balance into things by grounding down. We're close to the floor, there's no need to balance or sway here. Feel the stability beneath you. Couple more breaths here. Slowly blink the eyes open if they're closed. Start to lift the chest, walk the hands back. Then we're going to come into all fours. We have got just one more balancing pose, but we're nice and close to the floor this time. So, press the hands into the floor in your all fours position. We're going to inhale, reach the right arm up towards the sky. So sweep that arm up, maybe look up. Exhale, thread it underneath, but don't allow the right shoulder to touch the floor just yet. Imagine there's a plate on your right hand, you're trying to serve someone something. 2 more times, inhale, reach that right arm to the sky. Exhale, sweep it under, reach to the side. Last time here, inhale, reach up. This time, drop the right shoulder to the floor. So slide the hand across the body. Drop your right shoulder to the floor, drop your right cheek to the floor. Stay here for a moment and your left hand should be somewhere in front of your face. You should be looking at your fingers. Push your left hand and that will help to push the back of the heart away from you, so you're opening through the chest. You are welcome to stay here and push into both hands and the back of the right hand as well. If you've got a little bit more, you're going to point your right toes to the sky and then turn that right foot into a shelf. So that means dorsiflex the foot, okay? So now your toes are pointing down towards the floor or towards the back of the mat. Send your left leg straight but keep the toes tucked, the leg is on the floor. Stay here, or can you pick that leg up, place the knee into the sole of the right foot. Point your left toes to the sky and keep pushing into your left hand to turn the chest and into the back of the right hand. Your little balance. You might roll over, don't worry. You can just easily find your way back into it. Take another breath here. And then to come out, release the left leg back to the floor, drop the knee, and then slowly, we're in quite a deep twist, push through the left hand, lift all the way up. Well done, did you manage it? It's really hard. So, starting again in all fours here, we're going to take it the other way. So inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, sweep it underneath you. Active hand, imagine you're serving someone something. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, thread it under. Last time here, inhale to lift up. Exhale, sweep that left hand underneath. Bring the left shoulder to the floor. Bring the left cheek to the floor. Your right hand is in front of your face. Stay here, pushing into the back of the left hand and pushing into the right hand to turn your heart towards your elbow. Again, you can stay here or bend your left knee, point the toes to the sky. Then dorsiflex the foot, okay, so you're making a little shelf with your left foot. Send your right leg back straight here, kicking through the heel. Maybe pick that leg up, bend the knee, and place the knee into the sole of the left foot, okay? And then keep the right toes pointing to the sky. Keep pressing into the back of the left hand. Keep pressing into the right hand. Keep that belly drawing in and up gently. Find that equal count. Inhale, exhale here. And smooth balance. And then release the right leg to the floor. The right knee to the floor. And then you'll slowly push yourself back up to center. And then come to sit in the middle of the mat once again. And again, just find yourself seated. And then straight away, cross your legs the other way. So let's bring some balance into the body. For me, it's natural to have my right shin crossed in front. So for me to make it feel more balanced, I'm going to sit with my left leg in front. Okay. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead here. We'll take a little twist. We'll bring the right hand onto the left knee. Left hand reaches up and behind, and just a gentle twist here as you look over that left shoulder. And try to twist from the belly button up. The neck is just an accessory to the twist. We're not trying to really reach through the neck, okay? The neck gets enough of a workout all day trying to keep our head upright, so give it a little rest here. Inhale, reach the arms up through center. We'll take it the other way, so left hand comes across the body, right hand comes behind you, sit tall and twist from the belly button up here and just gently gaze over your right shoulder. The left hand on that right knee isn't there to pull you round, it's just there for a little bit of balance, okay? One more breath in here. Exhale, reach both arms up overhead. And then hands down, heart center. Okay, from here I'm just going to turn to the other side so you can see. We're going to come into just a very brief boat pose here. So start to lean back here. If you need to release the hands, go ahead. Keep the chest open and then release up into your half boat pose. Take a breath in here. Slowly start to straighten the legs as you lean back. We're coming down onto the mat here. Belly draws in. Come all the way down to the floor. Relax the head down here. And then from here, we're just going to bring the right knee in towards the chest and kick your left heel away from you, lengthen through the left leg. Relax the back of the shoulders towards the floor. And let's balance out the other side. So send the right leg away from you and then kick through the right heel, toes to the sky. Draw your left knee in towards the chest. Bring both knees in towards the body. And then from here, just separate the knees. And then you can either hold onto your shins, or you can take your peace fingers and wrap them around the big toes. And just start to straighten the legs to the sky, okay? If they start to shake or it feels horrible, you start holding your breath. You bend the knees. This is still fine. It's a little inversion, okay? So this is still the same pose as this, okay? Try and keep your lower back on the floor, so try not to let the toes start moving overhead here. Lengthen the spine. Take another big breath in here, wherever you are. And then exhale, just release. Bring the knees wide. We'll take a brief happy baby pose. So knees are separated, arms come through the middle, hold the outer edges of the feet. Send the feet towards the sky, and you're welcome to start closing the eyes down and just gently sway from side to side. So one could argue that we're switching from that masculine energy of that balance, that strength we were holding in our warrior 3 and our half moon pose into a more feminine energy now. More gentle, more subtle. And then slowly come to center, draw the feet in, draw the knees in. And then you can come into Shavasana, so keep the eyes closed, knees bent, or straighten the legs out, palms face up towards the sky. Snuggle the back of the shoulders underneath you, and please do stay for Shavasana to feel the ground beneath you, stability. And really bring your attention to breathing in through both nostrils. Breathing out through both nostrils. Allow the head to become heavy. We don't have long in Shavasana today. So see if you can just start to find that complete stillness in the body. You might have noticed those muscles twitching and swaying as they held you in those balanced poses. Now's the time to let them release and relax. Just a couple more breaths here. And then start to deepen the breath and move the fingers and the toes. We'll then bring the knees in towards the chest. And gently roll onto your right hand side. And slowly push yourself up to seated, eyes closed. And bring the hands into Anjali Mudra, so hands together at heart center, connecting the right and the left hemispheres of the brain. Sit tall through the crown of the head. Take a nice big breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. One more time. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Bring the hands over the eyes. Gently blink the eyes open. And bring the hands down. Thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed that and that it brought you a little bit more balance and a little bit of fun into your day as well. And I hope to see you sometime again soon. Bye.